Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va, no upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption
in any shape or form. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening, watching from around the world. On the Eastern Caribbean, welcome to another edition of the Make We Talk program. Bangarang going on in Central Kingston. Bangarang going on in Central Kingston. The Jamaica Labour Party is in turmoil as we come on air this evening. I'm going to play a video here, well, an audio clipping of the councillor telling the member of parliament some words longer than from here to Negril Point. Believe you me when you hear these words. The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Make We Talk program. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion and listening discretion is advised. Because some words coming out of the council's mouth is some very colorful words, you know. Some very colorful words. And I want you to listen to this audio clip in here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, students. Like, share, and subscribe. Like up the live feed. Labour Party is in Bangarang this evening. Labour Party is in Bangarang this evening. And you don't hear nothing come out of the hierarchy of the Jamaica Labour Party. But they're in serious Bangarang this evening.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the party.
Listen to this, people. Hold on for me. Hold on for me. I'm sorry. Let's do this now.
Me know worthless Donnavan. Bitch Donnavan. Worthless Donnavan. Me know your file. Me know your file. Yeah. Understand that? Worthless Donnavan. Tough Donnavan. Me know your file. Mongol Donnavan. Me know your file. Donnavan when I come from nowhere. I demand them up a Tower Hill. Used to rob. Me know worthless Donnavan. Bitch Donnavan. Worthless. Yeah. And you see all of them vice noter? Fuck with me. I see if me not let them go into the public. Leave me. Leave me alone, Donnavan. You hear my warning? Me know worthless Donnavan. Bitch Donnavan. Worthless Donnavan. Me know your file. Me know your file. You understand that? Worthless Donnavan. Tough Donnavan. Me know your file. Mongol Donnavan. Me know your file. Donnavan when I come from nowhere. I demand them up a Tower Hill. Used to rob. The yappies them and feed you and your family. I find you frightened. You never.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament.
My God.
And the minister in your life. Yeah. And you see all of them vice noter? Fuck with me. I see if me not let.
We do apologize for those expletive coming out of the council's mouth towards the member of parliament. There is turmoil going on in the Jamaica Labour Party camp. We have more to let go for you. We have more to give you for you to listen to. We're supposed to be joined by a head boy. Hopefully we can join by him. Listen to this. This is what is going on in the Labour Party camp. You don't hear Marlon Morgan come out and speak about it. Listen to this.
Donnavan Williams, want you stop walk with my name. You go in at the party and you've been telling the party you give me money and the money me I war ready for. Donnavan Williams, me I tell you me I try to keep your disgrace out of the public domain. Cause Donnavan, a whole heap of things me ever going at the media but talk, you know. You hear how long me I want you tell yourself to leave me alone. You never like it, you know. Because you go in at the ministry, go take out the ministry packages them and have them I give Rummy morning. And have them I give Ramon for go around go issue to delegates and supervisors.
You know hear that? You hear the nastiness and the stinkness going on in the governing Jamaica Labour Party with care packages of Hurricane Melissa? I tell you, you know, a senior Jamaican diplomat. Hold on there, I can tell you something. Hold on there. I can take off this thing here. A senior Jamaican diplomat. I was in a Zoom meeting And a senior Jamaican diplomat, me not call no name, said that they raised 400,000 United States dollars for Hurricane Melissa for Jamaica. That's 60-something million Jamaican dollars. And nothing, you don't hear nothing more about it. So when you hear the councillor come out and say these words, listen to the councillor. And not me, you know. It is not me, it is within the Jamaica Labour Party. Listen to this.
And me ask Ramon the question, if him know who him a give them to. And him said no. I'm tell him, said Donnavan is trying to have a selection. And I am not having no selection with Ramon. I am going to run on a ticket. And listen, I am not telling you again to stop walk with my name. Several MPs call me and tell me that Donnavan tell them that him been giving me money. And Christmas, him give me how much money? Donnavan Williams, I wasn't in Jamaica in Christmas. You gave $4 million worth of Christmas work that could not give out the work. I had to put money on it. You gave me no money. Every time you are having a program in the area, a project in the area, I gave you the program for the Christmas money and it always exceeded. It's me put money on it. Donnavan, you have never given me no money. Stop tell lie for me, Donnavan Williams. And you a walk a tell people about me tell Ramon, say me a step down and give him seat. And then me come back and tell him say for wait for 6 years. And Ramon tell me say him can't wait for 6 years because I'm now going to politics till him old. Let me tell you something. Everything I go in at the media, you know. Donnavan, member say
people, my fellow Jamaicans, both home and in the diaspora, when you hear the slackness going on in Andrew Holness Labour Party, when you hear the slackness going on in Bustamante Labour Party, when you hear the slackness going on in Edward Siaga Labour Party, when you hear the slackness going on in Bruce Golden Labour Party, more left to come, you know. Mark my word, I talk it on this platform already, you know. Weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth shall happen. The corruption in the country must stop. And I said it to you, know. If the Jamaican people can't get justice from the justice system with the corruption of politicians in our country, then God no make it come out. Whatever is in the dark must come out into the light. It must come out into the light, people. The nastiness and slackness, corruption stink in our country. Listen to some more of what the councillor is describing the MP as. The sitting Jamaica Labour Party MP, Andrew Holness MP, and Juliet Holness MP, and Deadman Mackenzie MP, and Sleepy Chang MP.
You sell out the people in place in a central Kingston to the MP them and tear them down.
Yeah. The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Make We Talk program, you know. But listen to some more of this.
And make the people them homeless them and scatter the vote them in the Raytown division. Donnavan Williams, you want a confrontation. And trust me, I go give you the confrontation. Now wait on the right time. Because you know, you are go on and me are go on. Me they are foreign and me a campaign just like you. Me don't want nobody for campaign for me, you know. Me have a name where me can campaign pan. And me a warn you and I tell you, Donnavan Williams, me a go open your file in a social media. You hear me a warn you, thief in Donnavan. You hear me a warn you, liar Donnavan. You hear me a warn you.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything.
Mighty God of Daniel. Enough finish, you know. There is more there. There is more there. It is not finished. the slackness and the corruption must come out. I said it earlier, I say it on my platform again. If the Jamaican people can get justice from our justice system in this country, then one by one it shall come out. Listen to some more of this. I'm not in a very good frame of mind, but I couldn't let this slip me. Good afternoon to Dre Brian from TikTok. Good afternoon to you, sir.
On his life. I am so disappointed in Ramon. Not because him have a political ambition, because nothing is wrong with that. But Ramon been telling lies all the time. The amount of things where Ramon tell me about you, Donnavan, where you a thief the people, them the taxpayers' money.
Hey, whoa, Jesus.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the part.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
And I give him for sign, and Ramon talk, say it's pure lie upon the things them. I never know say you argue Ramon things, the amount of things what Ramon tell me about you.
You know something, my fellow Jamaicans and students on this platform. When I look at you all and tell you, that the Jamaican people take corruption as the norm in this country. Everybody going to politics with nyama food. Every single soul who enter the political arena in this country, what if it rob poor people? Very few is in there to help the poor people of this country. Very few. You hear what the lady is saying? You hear what the lady is saying? The councillor of the Raytown division in Central Kingston. This is what she's saying. I can start it back over. Say, somebody said that the member of parliament doing what? Listen to some more of this.
That, but Ramon been telling lies all the time. The amount of things where Ramon tell me about you, Donnavan, where you a thief the people, them the taxpayers' money, and I give him for sign.
Jesus Christ in heaven, no sir. No, Father God. Listen to this, hold on.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
And Ramon talk, say it's pure lie upon the things them. I never know say you argue Ramon things, the amount of things what Ramon tell me about you. And let me tell you something, me not say nothing. Me a wait on the time because everything I go come out in the public. Everything I go come out in the public. Thief in Donnavan.
The councillor of the Raytown division is describing the current member of parliament, accusing of theftery, of thiefness. What a set of nastiness going on in Bustamante Party. What a set of nastiness going on in the people's parliament of this country. But as what Mark Jefferson Golden said, listen to what Mark Golden said.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
Hear that? If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire stream is corrupt. Jamaica is run by a set of bandits, a set of criminals running this country, a set of criminals making laws for the people of this country. You have one in there, Marissa Dalrymple Philibert is a common criminal. The former Speaker of the House of Representatives. And I said it on this platform and I say it again tonight. Justice will never come from the justice system for the Jamaican people. But one by one they shall reveal themselves. One by one they shall talk about their dirty deeds. About the robbing poor people in this country. One by one they shall come out and talk what they've done to the poor people of Jamaica. Listen to what the Councilor of the Raytown Division is saying about Donnavan Williams.
Remember, me know everything where you thief and how you get it. You have the audacity for ask me the other day if you did get money. When you get the money, they contract them up the road for fix up a Wildman Street, Sutton Street and in a Alman Town. When you tell me to get the contractor and me get the contractor, Donnavan, you forgot, so when me give you the contractor number and you and the man talk, after you and the man talk, the man come back to me and say to me, Mr. Rosie, you have to ask the MP how much money he want out of the money.
You wanna hear that? Wanna hear that? Wanna hear the nastiness and slackness that going on with poor people money? You hear that? The gentleman come back to the current sitting councillor to say to her, ask the member of parliament, Donnavan Williams, how much money you want. And these are the people that we have coming up to the churches to sit down and rast thumbs. When they go to some church and go sit down and rast thumb, Jeffrey, behave yourself, rast thumb. And go and let them as somebody, them a common criminal. Listen to some more of Miss Rose.
Me say, I saw it go. Him say, yes, I saw it go. And when I came to you and ask you how much money you want out of it, you tell me $1.5 million. And I tell you, you're not getting it.
But Almighty Jesus looked down from heaven. Him want $1.5 million of taxpayers' money.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
Blessed Jesus, hear my cry. Draw me close to you, Lord. If thou should withdraw thyself from Jamaica, mighty God, what will happen to this country? Huh? Listen to some more of Miss Rose.
You forgot me tell you.
The MP won $1.5 million out of taxpayers' money. That's why the road they now fix good in this country. The bandits them in the parliament robbing poor people.
Now I get it. And I did the first money paid was $1 million paid.
You hear this? It is the sitting Jamaica Labour Party councillor spilling the beans on the current member of parliament, Jamaica Labour Party member of parliament, George, who over Mr. Newman platform. George who's over Mr. Newman platform and not PNP people that rob taxpayers' money and Labour Party people that rob taxpayers' money. George who over Newman platform. I make it clear to you tonight. And not PNP people and Labour Party people spilling the beans and Labour Party people. Listen to some more of what Miss Rose said. The sitting member of parliament say want $1.5 million out of the road money. Then get money to fix road and he want $1.5 million out of the road money. And what kind of hello in which modern democracy can this nastiness and slackness happen more than in Jamaica? And we the people sit down and we don't do nothing about it. And he there's some in the diaspora All I want is all of old dead donkey. Those who are in the Jamaican diaspora who are listening to me, no want to listen to my phone business. You now ask them, hello, Terry Lang up here no. Mandy's up here. Mandy Lang tongue up here. Terry Lang. Jeffrey, behave yourself this evening. Because you have decent people watching the program. Hold on, listen to this.
And I tell Yo-Yo to give you $300,000 out of it. And I gave the people them who forget money in our...
You hear that? That is why the roads are not being fixed properly in this country. He want 1.5 million, want 300,000. I want to see them. Lad, we not get no money from central government, you know. Them is a bunch of set of thief.
In our spoilers and gave Andre the money for share up at Almantown. The next time we get the money, the $500,000, you were supposed to get $200,000 and me get $300,000.
Yeah. You hear this? Now tell me something now. These set of bandits, set of criminals, is being paid by the taxpayers of this country. And they're still robbing poor people money. When money is allocated to fix roads. Almighty God, look down from heaven.
I did ask you for some material and you tell me, say, Rosie, when you get the money, take the $200,000. You forgot that? Listen, Donnavan. You can't tell a lie for me, you know, because I say, me I go in a social media. You walk and you tell the MP them how much money you give me. Which part you ever give me money, Donnavan? Yes, you expect me to take the money. When you gave work projects, you expect me to take the money. Donnavan, me never take the money. Stop tell lie, pa.
So hold on here now. Hold on here now for me. Lord have mercy. Hey! Oh, Jesus. Murder. Murder, Father God, murder. Help us, Lord. Help us, help us, help us. Sick and helpless and ready to die. I say sick and helpless and ready to die. My. Jesus, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica. Father God, shake the parliament of this country. Mighty God of Daniel, shake the parliament of this country. Too much nastiness and slackness going on, Daddy. Father, I ask of you as your son going on in the west this evening, God. This 23rd day of March 9, 2026. Shake the parliament of Jamaica. Almighty God in heaven. What a wicked set of people them. No man. Dear God.
Me not talk to you again, you know. You notice me stop talk? Me stop talk and me a act. Don't make me leg on my mouth in a social media pan your teeth in Donnavan, you know. Don't make me leg on my mouth pan you. The package, the money where you get for the packages.
Yeah, again.
Where you sign up all kind of things and you give Ramon them for sign. And Ramon come back and tell me say nothing where you put on the paper is true, is lie.
No, tell me something now. And when I come on here, when I come over here, hold on, let me look for something here. When I come over here and I call out the Jamaicans in the Jamaican diaspora to ask questions of these bandits when they come up here, people vex with me. Nobody know where the $400 million that was raised up here for Hurricane Melissa, 62 million Jamaican dollars. What the money there? Nobody know. Not a soul don't know nothing. Not a soul don't know nothing. You see what's going on? The Labour Party members are spilling the beans on each other. Because God no like nastiness and slackness. Whatever is in the dark must come out into the light. Mark my word. You see people who do people things in this country. You see, you have some people who believe that when they hurt people, then get away with it. God no like ugly. Listen to some more of what Miss Rose is saying. I can find it and I'm going to listen to it some more.
Remember no me, you did give them for sign, and Ramon, you did give them for sign. So all the things them when me know about your false documents them, Ramon tell me.
So hold on now. Pamela Harris, the Auditor General for Jamaica. Lord, me dear, you soon have grey hair like me. You need to investigate all the money that come into the country for Hurricane Melissa and Hurricane Beryl, you know. Because me get to understand from good source that certain ministers of parliament are fighting each other over Melissa money. The cabinet is in turmoil. If the Jamaican people cannot get justice from our justice system in this country, we must get justice from Almighty God. Woe be unto them that continue to make poor people cry in this country. Woe be unto you all, Andrew Michael Holness, Daryl Vaz, Andrew Michael Holness, Daryl Vaz, be careful. You make poor people crying in this country. Jamaicans are still sleeping out in the elements after Hurricane Melissa, and nothing has been done.
The package, the money where you get for the packaging.
You hear this? I know me make copy. I know AI video. Judge from our Newman platform. I know AI video. Are your Labour Party people them that fight against each other? This is the voice of the councillor Rose Hamilton, whatever her name is. Listen to this.
Jeez. Where you sign up all kind of things and you give Ramon them for sign. And Ramon come back and tell me say nothing where you put on the paper is true, is lie. Remember no me, you did give them for sign, and Ramon, you did give them for sign. So all the things them when me know about your false documents them, and Ramon tell me. You hear me telling you stuff, leave my name alone? You see, I'm not not pay on mind. When I don't talk the things them. Morning. When Ramon tell me about you thieving Donnavan, I'm not talk to you about it in the public. In the public, me I go with it. In the public. Because you think that you swear to things that your business private. Right? But let me tell you something. You're gonna know when the time comes. Just continue. Just continue. You want a peaceful transition? Take the peaceful transition and do what you do, because you can't stay in a Central Kingston. Me, I go campaign make you lose. So you have to get rid of you.
Hold on the people. Hold on, what she say she not do? Hold on there. I can start you right so.
Tell you something. You're gonna know when the time comes. Just continue. Just continue. You want a peaceful transition? Take the peaceful transition and do what you do, because you can't stay in a Central Kingston. Me, I go campaign make you lose. So you
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament.
My God.
You have to get rid of you. You me have to get rid of. Me not ask you that. Oh, leave me alone. When Ramon tell me that, you told him that you gave me money.
Hold on there now. My head they hurt me. Father, Daddy Jesus, you have to do something for me, Lord. Mighty God of Daniel, the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the God of Paul and Silas, Miriam's God, Esther's God, shake the Parliament of Jamaica. Too much corruption in the country, sir. Our poor people are suffering under the hands of these bandits. Blessed God in heaven, listen to this.
And I said to Ramon, so Ramon, Donnavan never give me any money. Donnavan don't give me money. Donnavan give me projects. Him expect me to take the money, but the people was always paramount. When I tell Donnavan how much money I give the people them all the time, him tell me when me I give you so much money for, me figure $6,000, me give $7,000. I always tell Donnavan that can't help nobody.
Yeah, when you hear this wicked member of parliament, when you hear this wicked member of parliament,
tell him, so Donnavan, that cannot help nobody. The people them never used to that from me. Them used to it from you. Them never used to it from me. The other day, in a Christmas, I gave you a budget. Not this Christmas, last year Christmas. I gave you a budget for the Christmas work. No, it never have on anything for the old people them and this and that. Part.
You hear that? She gave him a budget. No, man. Something not right here. Something not up in a John shop. Something not right in a John. Something not up in a John shop. What a set of wicked set of people. What a set of wicked set of people we have in this country. Who walks hills and valley for the Jamaican, to get the Jamaican people and vote.
From the treat when we did keep. And I knew that there were some people in need. Somebody did forget $50,000 each. Ramon did forget 50,000. Chris did forget 50,000, and Yoyo was forget 50,000.
Rattigan! Me a idiot, man. Lonesome! We a idiot. You know see much money they give away? No, man. And not one of these bandits will be going to prison. You don't think Roy really go to prison? Roy really not going to prison. Until me see it happen, then I can say yes. Blessed Jesus, hear my cry. Listen to some more of this.
Everybody else get their money apart from those 3 persons. Because I shared that money and give the old people them.
That's what must happen. The older set of Jamaicans must get help. What a set of nastiness and slackness going on in this country. Huh?
Ball out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
My God.
To give out. the people them some $5,000. You told Ramon that I gave you a list with Ramon name on it, that Ramon was to get money. Ramon asked me one time, I did not answer him. He asked me 2 times, I did not answer him. The 3rd time he bring it up to me that you told him that I had his name on a paper to get $50,000. I told him yes. I said, Ramon, did you?
Now tell me something now. Can somebody tell me something here? All of these people who misrose the tax if they get money, are they employed by the taxpayers of this country? Or taxpayers' money become...
Tell Donnavan that you got the money? No. I said January when the gully did a clean in a Raytown. I told Yo-Yo because me go foreign and leave the money. I told Yo-Yo, give Ramon $50,000, give Chris $50,000, and you take your $50,000.
On what grounds must these people get $50,000 of taxpayers' money? On what grounds must these people get $50,000 of taxpayers' money? On what grounds?
And me make him pay out the rest of money. I ask Ramon the question if him they tell you say him they get the money, and him say no. Ramon got him Christmas money the January. Ask Liad Ramon. Ask Carrie News. And Carrie got bring come Ramon. Ask him if he never get the $50,000 afterwards. So when you and him a conspire and you are him a tell you say him never get no money Christmas, and you are tell him say me give a list. Yes, I gave you the list with Ramon name on it. But I diverted the money, Yo-Yo, Chris and Ramon money to the poor, the old people them in the era when need it.
Oh, what a weeping, oh, what a wailing. Aye, Jesus. Hey! Father God, if you're not busy, stop by Jamaica, Lord. Daddy, if you're not busy, stop by the nation they call Jamaica, Father.
But January, Ramon got back the money. And I told you, Donnavan, that I gave Ramon. And you asked me, why me give him $50,000? Remember, when I told you that never give them it, you asked me, why never give Ramon $50,000? Liad Carrie News, Donnavan, thief in Donnavan. You hear me? I want you to stop calling me name.
Yeah. When you hear this?
Chris and Ramon money to the poor, the old people them in the era when need it. But January, Ramon got back the money. And I told you, Donnavan, that I gave Ramon. And you asked me, why me give him $50,000? Remember, when I told you that never give them it, you asked me, why never give Ramon $50,000? Liad Carrie News, Donnavan, thief in Donnavan. You hear me? I want you to stop calling me name. I'm going to open up your files in the public. Watch me and you. I'm in Bill Central, Kingston, you know.
Yeah, hello. Hold on, I'm telling you something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 voice note about this member of parliament and the councillor. And you don't hear Idiot Amin, Marlon Morgan come out and say nothing. You don't hear Idiot Amin come and address the $180 something million in overpayment in the Ministry of Education. You don't hear Idiot Amin come out and talk about that. How long shall poor people continue to suffer in this country? Jamaicans, 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 the change you seek in your country, in our country, Jamaica, will never ever come from the 2 political parties. It have to come from you as a people. Jamaicans. The nastiness and corruption in this country cannot continue. The people of Sri Lanka had enough of it. The people of Sri Lanka had enough of it. How long must we continue with these set of bandits? The two gangs in the parliament. How long must we continue like this? And every 5 years, we jump up like we're a bunch of idiots. I have never seen in all my entire 50-something years in this country see so much corruption. I saw it in the 1990s. But the 1990s is baby compared to this. This Andrew Holness government is one of the most corrupt political organization in the history of this country. This Andrew Holness administration is one of the most corrupt political administration in the history of Jamaica. I can repeat it again. This Andrew Holness administration, led by the leader himself, who is the Prime Minister of this country, Andrew Michael Bogard Holness, is one of the most corrupt organization in the history of Jamaica. One of the most corrupt government known. Everywhere you turn, corruption here, corruption there. And the sad part of it, you know, if Holness call election tomorrow morning in gone back in, because the Jamaican people hug up corruption.
And me build Central Kingston. Ramon in I'm yard when me build Central Kingston. You're going in yard, go tell him and him brother. So come me go carry no to Rosie make she expose them in a politics. And me carry them, go expose them all about in a politics. And I know Ramona undermine me. From 2016, Mrs. Madden down a Grace call me and tell me, say, Chris and Ramon and Sanjay, which is him brother, in the community a campaign say, me can win the election 2016. Them go down a Grace go tell Mrs. Madden, and Mrs. Madden call me and tell me, Rosie, beware of them. Them are undermine you.
In every way you turn, you know, there has to be a white belly rat. Rosie, there have to be a white belly rat somewhere. I can behave myself in the night, yeah.
So me know a long time, Sir Ramon and Chris and Sanjay did I do it. Mrs. Madden tell me long time and tell me, say, open your eye. And all me, Chris was more explicit and sure say him a fight. Somebody did avoid Chris, but Ramon gave the impression like Chris is the problem. Chris carry news and Chris got this and taught this and Chris every time.
When you have a man who carry news is a weak jellyback man. This Andrew Holness administration in this country is one of the most corrupt governments since 1962. I think the 1990s was corrupt, but Andrew Holness passed the 1990s. This Holness administration is one of the most corrupt, dirtiest, if there's such a word, organization in this country.
I'm a talk to him about Chris, him pour down everything upon Chris. The time I him did I do it. So now I know that Ramon was a snake and Ramon is the one that do all the things them way I do. I leave Ramon alone. And I'm not into no argument with him. I don't want to fuss with him. I just want me and him to go up on the floor. And you anticipate a selection. Me no selection. Me I give him the seat. But me I go run past something else cause PMP have to win the seat. JLP.
Yeah, Jesus. Hold on there. Hold on, people. Hold on. Mama mia. Whoa.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the...
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
I've had to work for anything that I've had. I have said it before and I will say it again. I don't know what a gold spoon looks like. It has never been in my mouth. So Comrade Golden, when I hear Andrew, I say I'm never born with gold spoon in my mouth. That does not mean you should steal it. I have no inheritance or any endowment or any trust fund anywhere. That does not mean you should steal it.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
When I come on this platform, and I told you, the people of this country of ours, that if we should check from 1962 until now, the two political parties has been involved in corruption in this country. But I believe that this Andrew Holness Labour Party is one of the most corrupt government that this country has ever seen. This Andrew Holness led Jamaica Labour Party government is one of the most corrupt government in the history of this country. I'm not talking about bringing back FinSac. Tell the Prime Minister of this country to release the FinSac report. Tell Andrew Holness to release the FinSac report. Let the Jamaican people see how much criminals got money from FinSac. Ask the Prime Minister of this country to release the FinSac report. This is some more what the council say about the MP.
He can't win it back. Me a make sure. Me no selection. Me a give him the seat.
Yeah.
But me I go run past something else cause PMP have to win the seat. JLP can't win it back. Me a make sure them not win it back. That's all me have to do. So me in an argument with you.
If you're just joining us, this is the Make We Talk program. I don't normally do these things on my program. But there's political turmoil in the Jamaica Labour Party camp, where the Member of Parliament for Central Kingston is alleged to be involved in some things that don't look good. And his own councillor, and a PNP councillor, and a UIC councillor, and a Never Dare Move councillor, is the Jamaica Labour Party councillor spilling the beans on the Member of Parliament for the constituency. This Andrew Holness Jamaica Labour Party government is one of the most corrupt governments since independent Jamaica.
I'm the Bill Central Kingston, you know. You see, Lawrence Rowe send me a text.
Yeah, again.
If him can talk to me, he want to talk to me about something. If I didn't know Sir Lawrence Road number, I wouldn't even answer it. But it never have no name on it. When I call back the number and ask, who is this? Him say Lawrence Road. He want ask me a question. Lawrence Road ask me. Tell me, say Chris and Ramon, the list of the Raytown division, people them will forget the $20,000. Him gave Ali.
No, hold on there. I'm a bit confused. I'm gonna ask some questions when I come off here of some people who I know within the ranks of Parliament and so forth. These people that Miss Rose talking about, are they on the payroll from the Jamaican people? What is going on in this country? That means that poor me and Rattigan and Lonesome and all that, we are fool. But you know why? We not believe in a corruption. We don't believe in corruption. They call for money. No political party never pay the Make We Talk program to come on here. No JLP, no PNP. No had Jeffrey Tavares in them back pocket. No People's National Party. No Jamaica Labour Party. Do not have this program in the back pocket. And them run things over here, some me run things. So they can't tell me what I want to say. If I invite them, they want to come. If I invite them, they want to come, they come. If they don't want to come, that's for them business. And I beg no politician nothing. As I said many times on this platform, you have some very good politicians in this country. But you have some of them fit for go the gallas. They're fit to go hang for poor people money that they rob up in this country. In no other modern democracy can you hear so much corruption and nothing is being done than in Jamaica. Listen to some more of what the lady is saying.
100 paper.
Hold on, make me start from the top. She said a phone call came into her, somebody text her. When she called back the person, is a former member of the People's National Party who is now a de facto to the Jamaica Labour Party. Listen to what she's saying.
You see, Lawrence Rowe send me a text. If him can talk to me, he want to talk to me about something. If I didn't know Sir Lawrence Rowe number, I wouldn't even answer it. But it never have no name on it. When I call back the number and ask, who is this? Him say Lawrence Rowe. He want ask me a question. Lawrence Rowe ask me. Tell me, say Chris and Ramon, the list of the Raytown division, people them will forget the $20,000. Him gave Alia 100 paper farms for fill out. And Alia do all kind of things with the farm them and stupidness and him give them.
I'm going to tell you something. When I go back to this, I'm going to tell you something here. You have some people who sit in the constituency's office in this country. On both sides of the fence. Some of them is the biggest con artists. The biggest criminals known. I don't believe so only MPs and whatever them are thief. I tell you all the while, you know. There are some permanent secretaries in this country. There are some permanent secretaries in this country. Not permanent secretaries, some permanent secretaries in this country. Who must be dragged before the court for mismanagement of the public funds. Let me repeat it again. You have some permanent secretaries, some permanent secretaries in this country they need to be dragged before the court for mismanagement of taxpayers' money. Same way you have some people in the constituency office. Them are, hey, listen to me. Father, shake the parliament of this country.
Them to Ramon and Chris and now the people them now gonna get the benefits because it late and the farms them not do. My ask Lawrence Rowe, why you bringing that argument to me? I have nothing to do with the farms. When una do no things, una never tell me nothing. Wanna bring. But guess what? Lawrence Rowe go on like him smart. Him a try to feel me out.
If go back your name.
If me and Alia and Chris and Ramon in a dialogue. So him want to know if in a circle is trustworthy. Your circle, Donnavan Williams, not trustworthy because you have Lawrence Rowe in there will walk and talk everything.
Jesus Christ in heaven, I'm not here yet. Mighty God of Daniel. No man. What is going on in this country? What is truly going on?
He might carry news to you and he might carry news to everybody else. So your circle will never private. Never. Because Donnavan, me know every single thing where you do, how you do, when you do, where you do. You ask them where you have around you. If me did make them know nothing where me I do anytime at all. Them get duties to execute. Them never get duties. Them never be a part of no decision making because me know me did have a whole heap of boy, girl I deal with. So me know what to say to them and when not to say to them. Leave me alone, Donnavan. You hear me, I want you? Leave me alone. Because me know you can't stay in a Central Kingston. You could have, me not even talk about Jesus. The devil on your back, you can't stay in here.
Good night, make we talk here live.
Thank you for this day that you're paying. Hello?
Hello, good night, you're live on air.
I pray you know. I am live on air.
Yeah, I'm doing a program. Turn off the TV in the background for me now.
And I pray God. Hold on, sir. I didn't know I was on the air.
Yeah, man, I'm doing a program.
Okay, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I have Conrad O'Brien on air here with me, people. Conrad, you heard about the tape out of the Donnavan Williams constituency?
Central Kingston. Indeed, Jeffrey, as I said, good evening to your viewers and indeed your listeners, you know, far and wide. Jeffrey, it seems as if there is a level of implosion that is going on within the Labour Party. Of course, firebrand Labourite Rosie, you know, Rosie is very, very upset and I'm hearing within the halls of the Labour Party where people said, oh my God, if they can treat Rosie so, who have even received gunshot and all sort of thing, what will they do to them? So I gather that Rosie, it was almost a done deal that Rosie would have crossed over to the People's National Party. But I understand that there may be a little bit of stalemate thinking about running independent in the next local government election, because I gather the first lady in the Labour Party, that is Juliet Holness, she vowed that Rosie can never ever run again on the Labour Party's ticket.
I beg your pardon?
That's my understanding.
So hold on here, Conrad, the party mash up, man.
Well, you know, they said that Mr. Holness, Andrew, has a vice grip on the party with a small circle of surrogates, and you know, if they say jump, the old question must be how high, and the conversation is that, listen, they master the heart of basically holding a war chest, that there are so many people out there who are hungry, depending on a little flour, a little rice, a little fat, and when I say fat, you know, first time a country people talk about oil, they say no fat, not there. So there's a little fat here and there and so on. So they use that at the most opportune time to basically woodwink the people, as my good friend Denzel Washington of Hollywood fame would say, that they are bamboozled. So they have a way of bamboozled the people to get them to the pool when it is important to them for the people to go there. But I'm hoping and praying that good sense will prevail and the people will rise up. But it is not it's not a smooth sailing within the Labour Party right now. And operatives within the Labour Party, they are saying, oh my God, as you quint, the local government will be up on this, and they are fearful that all of what we're seeing here could basically affect them at the polls. So let's see how the People's National Party will handle this. The Labourites are saying that, wow, the PNP must be having a field day, or will be having a field day soon. So let's see how they will deal with this advantage that's seemingly being handed to them by the Jamaica Labour Party at this time. Jeffrey, I'll tell you this, that the only reason that had the JLP been up in opposition, it would have been crumbled. The only thing that continue to hold the Labour Party together is that they hold state office, and there are some lodges that are there that when you're in office, you can maneuver here and there, you can give a contract here, you can do a little bit of machination here or there. That's the glue that is holding the Labour Party together at this time. But there are a lot of discontent, disgruntled Labourites, and as a matter of fact, I go further. And this is, and anybody can come, you can take this one to the bank, is in the belly of the Labour Party I'm getting this from.
Yes.
I'm hearing that, listen, majority, if not all of the workers that work for losing candidates in the 2025, September 2025, general election, September 3rd, 2025 general election, they are still not paid. And they are very, very upset. As a matter of fact, my understanding, I'll call no name, but my understanding is that the seat, one of the seats that was held by the Labour Party in St. Mary, and that candidate lost, a girl that to date, those workers are not paid.
So hold on there, Conrad. Let me ask you this question, Conrad. It seems that the Labour Party is in big political turmoil, man.
That's the point I'm making. But I'm saying that what happened, and it's a fact, whenever you're in government, maybe the PNP or the JLP, whenever you're in government, or even the Democrat or the Republican, some of the things that you see Donald Trump will be able to do, he has political power, so he kind of use that and navigate, and have some people who will actually turn idiot under his what. The same thing is happening here in Jamaica. You have a lot of people who are disgruntled within the Labour Party and so on, but they dare not speak.
Like I'm hearing, Conrad, that I am hearing that there is a big thing going on in the Labour Party, you know. You hearing me?
Yes, man, I'm hearing you very clearly.
I heard that there's a big thing going on in the Labour Party where the Melissa money is not being shared properly. And some ministers vex with other ministers. A well-known Jamaican diplomat here in the United States announced that the government get $400,000 that's 62 million Jamaican dollars from the state of Florida. And I'll know you hear nothing about it.
Absolutely, and you know, the AG, the Auditor General is up on the Jeffrey, the people of Jamaica. And it seems as if it's going to have to take a protest, a national protest, right here in Jamaica, that PNP, JLP, Jehovah's Witness, Anglican, Presbyterian, Pentecostal, which I'm a part of the Pentecostal movement, and all of the Church of God, everybody, Pocominia Church, every single soul, Muslim, Rastafarian, everybody going to have to come together, join hands and heart together, and have a national protest and push back on the government for us to have some accountability. It can't be that so much money had been donated to the government of Jamaica, people are still going to zinc bush and go pick up, crush up zinc in order to put a tattoo over their head. And we don't have any accountability. And people walking around with their stomach up in the air and are going like they arrive. Huh?
And nobody.
They derive, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Listen to me now, man.
But Conrad, when you look into all of this, Conrad O'Brien, would you say that this honest administration is one of the most corrupt political organizations in the history of this country?
Well, without any doubt. First thing to begin with, we have never had the head of any government or i.e. political party that has been blatantly accused of real corruption as we see with Prime Minister Holness. Not saying that he has been found guilty, but I'm talking about the accusation. We have never seen a Prime Minister in Jamaica that year on year is filing cannot be certified. We have never seen so many scandals under any other administration. When you talk about, and they just keep on coming. For example, my understanding again, Jeffrey, is that Darrell Vaz is on his way out of the politics, and we may very well see a by-election down there in West Portland sooner than later. Mm-hmm. Because I understand that he is not a happy camper, and the fact that Pamela Monroe is doing this audit on the $1.4 billion on what is now being dubbed as the Usebus scandal. I don't know if that is basically he's saying the departure of representational politics by Darrell Vaz. We gather that his successor have already been selected. I would gather it's one Big Rob Miller, the former MP over there in Portmore, in the constituent Portmore, that was beaten by Dr. Dawes recently. We gather he's already selected to replace Vaz over there in West Portland.
So hold on, Conrad. You're saying to me that nobody in Portland is fit to run Portland, only Big Rob can go up there?
Well, from time to time, you see, we have persons who people seek after because they basically been watching their profile and so on, and then operatives within the constituency, the local people within the constituency would approach them because they saw something in that person. For example, my Bunununus and very, very good friend Zalika Jess, she is not from St. Elizabeth, but the people of Northeast St. Elizabeth saw the good in her and believed that she was basically fit into the task, and she was welcome with open arms. No, on the contrary, I gather that Big Rob is handpicked by Andrew Holness himself, and there is a pushback from the executive within the constituency that no, they believe that they have one among them that they would prefer to see going to the position. So that in itself is creating a lot of ruckus down there. I gather that the outgoing member of parliament, Darrell Vaz, he is not happy with the choice as well, but he is somewhat fed up.
Oh, Lord.
Getting this from the belly of the Labour Party.
So, Conrad, is it that Andrew Holness has become a one-man band like Edward Seaga?
That is what they're saying. As a matter of fact, they're using names to describe Holness like Bibi Netanyahu and Donald J. Trump. They're saying that is the cloth that Andrew is cut off. Dictatorship, and certainly a man is his way or the highway. That's what they're saying. People within the Labour Party, but they dare not come out and say it, because if they say that and raise their head, then it will be basically be off by the sniper.
But I don't understand this. Is it that the Labour Party belongs to Andrew Holness and this country belongs to Mr. Holness?
Well, I don't think it belongs to him, but certainly, Jeffrey, whenever you get power, people have power. And sometimes they are drunk with power. And if the people allow them to carry on in that manner, then they will, as this good the saying goes, that power corrupts and ultimate power corrupt ultimately. So that is what we're seeing. We're also asking the question, why is this move to basically create a Ministry of Defense? We're also seeing now where the Prime Minister announced in his budget presentation a massive build out of Camp Warwicker Hill, you know, and we're wondering what is the Prime Minister, what the Prime Minister envisages, or what he knows, what he is picking up, which that a lot of us are not aware of. Obviously, he is in a better position to know something than us, but
Conrad, let's go back to something here. Let's go back to something here, Mr. O'Brien. Conrad O'Brien from Sleek Radio. Is it Sleek Radio now?
Yes, we have recently had a name change. It's now Sleek Radio 93 FM, and of course you can also catch me on the Conrad Obi, the Fireman YouTube channel. Let me use your platform, Jeffrey, to encourage persons to go on over. You can go on over even now. Just type in CONRAD OBDA Fireman, and one word, no space there. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Yes, and the question I want to ask you, though, Conrad O'Brien. The level of corruption going on in the country, sir, where you hear about overspending of salaries and all those things. You hardly hear mainstream media with this, Mr. O'Brien. Is it that mainstream media, majority of mainstream media is muzzled from saying certain things, sir?
Oh, one of the things, Jeffrey, is that mainstream media, we have the extra burden of proof. So even though from time to time we will be in on the same information, there is a greater duty of care in terms of going out there. Social media is a little bit more unfiltered, you know, so you can basically put it out there. However, I must say to you that I myself am a little bit taken aback as to how coy and how tame, you know, mainstream media, a lot of practitioners within mainstream media has become, you know, docile, and sometimes seems as if they're almost cheerleaders, and so on, just regurgitate, not doing deep investigative work, sign more just reciting press release and so on and so forth. And that's not what we people of our vintage, Jeffrey, is accustomed to. We're accustomed to where people within the media would be unafraid, because one of the things that you would also do is use your notoriety within the media to be that platform that assists in protecting you. You know, that's your shield. But I don't know what is happening. The government of the day, they said, is the largest advertisers out there, you know, spending the largest advertising dollars. So maybe mainstream is a little bit coy because they are fearful of losing revenue, because that's a part of it as well. You know, of course, you saw recently where there has been a shelving of two radio stations here in Jamaica that people are accustomed to. You know, it was so sad, especially when you heard the last day of Newton James' brainchild, Power 106. And as someone who was one of the early employee at that station, Jeffrey, it pained my heart when I heard that Power 106 would be no more. Similarly, when the Hot 102 brand had basically, you know, came off here, those were sad days. Mm-hmm.
But Conrad, is it that I keep on telling members of this platform, and I must say good evening to none other than the fearless leader, the man who hailed from Waterhouse, the poor people defender, the rebel himself, Wilfred Samuel Rattigan, the man who knows what it's like, the man who knows what it's like to eat tin mackerel and dumpling, dirty gal.
Yes, man.
He knows what it's like. And I like Daryl Vaz. And I like Daryl Vaz Andrew Holness, who grew up with gold spoon in their mouth.
Well, not so much. Not so much, Andrew. Andrew, let's give him his due. Andrew Wallace, and this is one of the disappointment, Jeffrey, that a number of us have, as even people in Spanish Town, people who were his neighbor, people who grew up among him, and so on. A lot of people believe that Andrew Wallace, who is from the bowel of the people, so to speak, there, of course, at time when it suits him, depends on who he's talking to. He was born a 1-bedroom board, or sometime he elevated to 2-bedroom. So
the next election in August 4.
so he is aware, he knows what it is to basically experience the regular simple life of the average Jamaican, and that is why, Jeffrey, we expect that he would operate with a better level of care for the people. When you look at Andrew talking about we need a new parliament now, at this time when the people of Western Jamaica and all over the country suffer, still out the door.
Conrad,
come on, man.
Conrad, you fail to understand something. When they want money to rob, they put on new projects. My question to you tonight, Mr. O'Brien, a senior journalist in Jamaica, is it that is it that investigative journalism has died in Jamaica? Why so much corruption is on the floor in our country? And you hardly hear, I know I asked the question, but you hardly hear mainstream media talking about the $185 million salary spending in the Ministry of Education. You don't hear Marlon Morgan come out about, you don't hear, the only person may hear talking about is maybe you and Dan Jackson there.
Well, Jeffrey, let me hasten to say that I don't practice investigative journalism in the main. However, what I do morphed into some of that work, because there are things that you have to investigate, and sometimes I find myself doing even more investigative journalism work than people who that is their core business. So, but I wouldn't say that the whole business of investigative journalism died in Jamaica. However, I think that reporters and investigative journalists have become a little bit too laid back. There is a level of laziness that basically stepped into the profession. Even for example, even press conferences. When you look at press conference that may called, say, by the opposition or the government as well, you don't see people going there with inquisitive minds, young reporters donning their suit, donning their blazers, as we would basically cherish this moment to be there, and so on, and asking tough question, find a way to ask a probing question to say, listen, boy, I am jacking because I want to be the reporter that will be making the flagship newscast, whether it's on Television Jamaica, CVM, or Radio Jamaica, or anywhere else, wherever you are, so it's we're not seeing that at all, and certainly, Jeffrey, we are poorer for that, because the fourth estate, the media, really is the compass that's used to calibrate a society, to keep you on the straight and narrow, and to keep government on its toes.
Conrad, maybe we need, as what my good friend Dudley Thompson just said, we need a new person like this. Person will have to laugh like this. The center cannot hold Marinaki upon the land.
Well, Jeffrey, I'm not patting myself on the shoulder or anything, but I must say that quite a few people have said to me, Conrad, boy, you're probably the semblance of a Mutty Perkins that we have here. And when I hear people say that, believe me, I don't take it lightly. Although I must say that I personally, Mutty and I basically wrestle a lot of time. We had great knot-ups on radio. I remember sitting down with him at an outside broadcast at the Versailles Hotel and so on, and we basically debate and so on. He, of course, Motti was someone who was famous to come up with names and so on, so he would reference you by particular names and that kind of thing. But so I disagree with Motti Perkins with a number of things that he had basically put forward. But one of the things that you can't say about Motti, that he was afraid. He was unafraid, and he was able to dissect things and so on. And he built a name. However, whether you agree with him or you disagree with him, but he was fearless, and I think we need to see some of that, across the media landscape. One would remember the great Ronald Thwaites, who is still very much alive and well. I saw him the other day looking good. As a matter of fact, I must talk to Ronnie. I'm going to try and get Ronnie in my program just to get some, get a feel of him as to what is happening in Jamaica and generally world politics as well. I must try and see if I can book him for that, because I remember Public Eye as a youth man, a group and thing like that. And when you talk about Ronnie, also another person who is ill now, and may the Lord breathe healing upon him at this time, and talking about none other than the Reverend Garnet, Dr. Garnet Roper, another fearless person.
Yes, and I wish I wish him our best recovery. Conrad, I'm not continuing, but there is something that I need to bring to your attention. One of my students asking this question, and I know maybe you can't answer. Good night, Mr. T. Make we talk. Question: is it that nationwide George Davis and Clifton Hughes does not hear about this corruption by this political party? I have never seen in my 50-something years living in my country, Jamaica, I've never seen some level of corruption happening in the country, Conrad.
Well, let me respond to that. Yes, they are very much aware of the corruption that are taking place. As a matter of fact, they live in Jamaica, they read the paper, they hear the same thing. The information is available to them. And to Cliff Hughes' credit, I heard Cliff Hughes said that, listen, this government is stained with corruption, and they really can't extricate themselves from it. I heard that with my own two ears from Cliff Hughes, saying that the Andrew Holness government is stained with corruption. So he himself is very much aware of it. However, it is absolutely clear. There is no even if you drop from Mars, there is no hiding that the network that those two persons that you mentioned belong to nationwide, that's an outfit that basically carries the government of Jamaica line, the Labour Party line. And sometimes across the globe you have radio stations who does that. From time to time they will basically go a little bit out of character and they will question some other things and so. But in the main, they are somewhat described as cheerleaders for the governing Jamaica Labour Party. So you're not going to get much of that from them in terms of deep criticism. As a matter of fact, what they will do is pivot and look at the other way to try to put forward an argument to basically extricate the government out of the bind of corruption. But that's the lay of the land, Jeffrey. They take that. I was talking to a senior manager at Radio Jamaica. I think it was just before the election or sometime there, and he said to me, we spoke for quite a bit of time on the phone, and he said to me that the only time, and this certainly would be within recent time, that RJR, at the time RJR still had Power 106, had all the media entity and so on. And he said the only time that RJR group, and that RJR is a station, you know, RJR as a group, the only time that they had received more of the advertising dollar than nationwide was during the COVID time when Television Jamaica was broadcasting that teaching and learning aspect of the school curricula and their television station. So it goes to show the kind of skewed to that media house, and maybe they are, as some people would say, singing for their support. You know.
But you know, Conrad, as we sit here and we see what is going on in Jamaica, I'm a bit worried about my country, Conrad. I'm a bit worried.
Yes, and just before you move there, Jeffrey, you know, one could deduce based on what we saw over the years that outfit had somewhat served as an incubator for persons who would have gone on to get in a position in government. And there are a number of names that we could enumerate. I'm not going to get into that, but those persons who follow these things, they would know there. You're saying that you're a bit worried for your country, Jeffrey?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit worried for my country. And one of the main reasons I'm a bit worried for my country, what sort of Jamaica are we going to leave for our children's children? A corrupt nation? At one point, it used to be a crime-infested country. Now it's a corrupt-infested country.
Well, also, the crime has not gone anywhere too far. There is still a high level of crime in Jamaica, massive high level of crime in Jamaica. Of course, because with the murder figures was so high, and it is down a little now, we kind of take some comfort in that. Murdering people at a very high clip right here in Jamaica. Domestic violence is at a fever pitch level. As a matter of fact, the commanding officer down there in St. James, he opined recently that, you know, the level of domestic violence that they are seeing down there in St. James, that may account to people not working at this time and so on because of the whole Melissa saga. We are expecting the Statin and the PIOJ report to come out with the employment or unemployment figure, and I'm waiting to see what is going to happen, because certainly there are a number of persons who are now on the unemployment heap after Hurricane Melissa. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to come and give us this very high number of employment. In addition to that, Jeffrey, we also understand that a number of other people are staying away from the workforce because the remuneration is so paltry that, you know, a lot of people are opting out. Maybe some people decide, so boy, I better me stay home and call Jeffrey and say, me can get a 50 from him. Because when you look at it, a man steal man, a person, a young lady, or a man steal man get a 50 from somebody. It is better than you going out there for the entire week to collect $16,000, now gone to $17,000, right?
But hold on, the Prime Minister said, Mr. Brian, that raise it to $32,000 a week?
Yeah, he did say that, but he did say that would come a little bit over time. But he did say, for example, that the first increase after the budget, from first budget after the election, it would raise by 2,500, so it would reach 8,500. Of course, he reneged on that. He backtracked on that during his presentation on Thursday and just gave a paltry $1,000 increase on the minimum wage. So it's now gone up to it will go up to 17,000. When will that come in effect? Somewhere there or thereabouts. I think I'm not.
If you're just joining us, this is the Make We Talk program. It's now 7:46 in the land of wood and water. We're listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. The Make We Talk program actually is coming on with a brand new look. pretty soon. If you go to Make We Talk, you go to MakeWeTalkNow.com. We have a new website coming up. Is MakeWeTalkNow.com. And if you go to there, you can get the Make We Talk program live same way. So we are working on something new and different in the background here. Friend of mine out of Las Vegas is doing it for me. So we're just praying everything will go well. Conrad, as we sit here tonight on this platform here, you never plan to call to talk about what is going on. You plan to talk to me about something totally different, but you never know I wasn't here. You know I was on air. Conrad, what you see now is the Prime Minister of this country calling election.
Let's put what you said in context, because I don't want your listener and subscriber to walk away with the wrong idea. Jeffrey is my friend, and I support Jeffrey all the time and so on. So I know that Jeffrey comes on with his current affairs program on Mondays. Yeah. However, I must say that I was listening earlier, so I did not know that I was going to be placed on air immediately when I called. So I'm aware. And Jeffrey, as I see you're posting your beautiful mom here, her picture and your status here, again, let me offer my deepest condolence to yourself and indeed your immediate and extended family.
Thank you very much, Conrad. Yeah, my mom passed away 3 Mondays ago. She's going to be buried on April 4th, this Saturday coming, and it really hit me hard. It did hit me hard, Conrad.
Where will the funeral service be held, Jeffrey? If you don't mind, where will the funeral service be held? I don't know if I could.
In Portmore. I'll give you the details off air. In Portmore.
Please do, because I'll try my endeavor. It's this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. Yes, I'll give you the details off air, and I can, when you go there, just ask my brother, because I think my brother is going to be the officiating pastor over our mother's funeral. Yes. And she Conrad, when I
we're in good company, man. I have a brother who's a pastor as well too.
Yes. I never grew up with my mom too much. I grew up in Negril, and my mom was in Kingston, but we used to visit each other. But Conrad, when you hear about the passing of your mother and you know that she was sick, and you try to endeavor best to assist in a way, but you sit back and you see what is going on. The level of not getting the proper health care in our country, it's unbelievable. And some may say, well, you shouldn't get her a visa. It's not easy to get a visa. It's not easy. But Jamaica is at a crossroad that we, the people, must stand up in this country and demand accountability.
And that is why, Jeffrey, that is why it is so painful. When I don't know if you saw today's paper, today's Gleaner, where the Frontline basically captured an ophthalmologist that has been in Jamaica for the last 9 years, literally cried at the party that was kept for them with some friends and the PNP and so on weighed in, and they were just so saddened. Not saddened that they were going back to their home, but saddened because of the care that they offered here to our Jamaican brothers and sisters, especially those who are at the bottom of the pyramid. When the gentleman basically gave his testimony to say that, the joy that he received seeing people who were blind for years could not see, and within a matter of weeks after working on them, they were seeing 2020 vision. It's really touch you to the core. And then when you talk about the person who worked in the oncology section, that is the section to deal with cancer care and so on. Not to mention the local clinics right across the length and breadth of Jamaica that these person would have worked in. It really and truly, Jeffrey, tugged at your heartstring, I must say.
Conrad, and I tell you something. April coming will be 1 year since my father passed away. And I remember when my dad went to the Salomon Hospital. He went to, as a matter of fact, he went to the Correctional Hospital before. And there was no bed. I can't talk it. Listen to me. I reach a point in my life that I really don't give a flying kahuna. I can talk. My family may be upset because I speak about it, but so be it. When my dad went to the Correctional Hospital, there was no bed. No bed there. They transferred him back to Savlamar. And he was sitting on a bench there for over 2 weeks.
My God.
And it's because, and I tell you something, it should not be. It should not be because you have a name of O'Brien or a Tavares. Well, you must get a bed. It should not be in this country. There are many Jamaicans right now who don't have a name as a O'Brien or a Tavares or a Rattigan, who are sitting on benches in our country. And when they come on here and speak about these things, you have some fly-by-night, pitch-by-day people in the diaspora talking nonsense because they want all of old donkey and all of old dead jackass. Huh? We must wake up in this country, man. And for far too long, we, the people of this country, put politics over ourselves. The time has come for us to say no more.
That is so true, Jeffrey. And as I always said that, I am the first to say that, listen, everybody will have their political persuasion. Whether you are a jury witness, even when you don't go to the poll, but you will have your preferences, and that's fine. But there comes a time when we have to understand that there are some national issues that whether you voted orange, voted green, blue, pink, or purple, or you don't vote at all, we have to basically look at these things and defend it. Jeffrey, we just so many things that the priority just miscued and wrong. The Prime Minister is here talking about new parliament when just today we are hearing that there is already restriction of water supply for the people in Kingston and St. Andrew, right?
Why the hell this man don't build a brand new dam?
Huh?
Why don't you don't build a brand new dam? We need a water dam in this country, When last have they built a water catchment plant in this country?
That's the point I'm making. And Jeffrey, sometimes people not even like here when you go to them things about truth and it will swim on water like oil. The fact of the matter, even a part of the regression of this country when the Cuban brothers and sisters, Fidel Castro, basically offered the micro dam and all those sort of things. And all those things were basically stymied and pushed back by the Labour Party and Eddie Seaga. These are things, and we must call a spade. We talk about we look at things like what we're seeing coming out of GC faster now. That is basically happened by the goodness of the heart of Fidel Castro and the Cuban people. Jose Marti High School. So many things that we can talk about here in Jamaica that we have gotten from our brothers and sisters, and we now decide to kick them to the curb.
And not only that, Conrad, they have helped the people of this country well. Thanks everyone in the chat room for your condolences. Thank you, Dudley Thompson, my good friend from former media personally from Route 96.1 FM, now the owner and operator of WDT Media TV. Let me tell you something. I sit down and I realize certain things in this country. And when I say I realize certain things in this country, Jamaicans, because them are die-hearted Labour Party people, will not talk bad about their party. All when in the dead. In which modern democracy? Since 1962.
And that is why I feel heal Rosie, who are Rockstone Labour right, who although she probably was talking in secrecy, but it come out.
I don't think she was talking in secrecy. I think she wanted it to come out.
She wanted to come out.
Yes, because look at this member of parliament. The Jamaica Labour Party has been rocked with corruption. $1.4 billion school bus scandal. Now this wicked minister Daryl Vaz want $2 billion more for go buy new buses for do what? Huh? $185 million in overspending Ministry of Education. And some teachers not getting that pay.
And remember also, that the member of parliament that was not taking tea with, remember that his name actually called, I think as it relates to do with the company with the drill that was supposed to cost $4 million that ended up cost 32.
Nothing more about that drill. You hear nothing more about that drill. And we, the people of this country, sit down and expect that we're going to get change? Jamaica, wake up for God's sake.
Jeffrey, thank God. There are, and I say this, and to my brothers and sisters who are listening here in Jamaica, across the globe, the Eastern Caribbean, wherever they're listening, I want to say this, that a number of us have used the social media or the new media platform for ills. We are seeing where people are behaving in the worst way, unbecoming of some people in terms of how they are putting their character out there on the line and just laying it bare with all sorts of nastiness, vulgarity, and so on and so forth. And we understand that, so some aspect of it has become a big tenement yard, a big ghetto. And I'm not talking about ghetto in terms of saying that, describe, but just the kind of state of mind that some people are purloining out there, while the space should really be used as a medium to edify and to basically use as, because this media world that we're talking about now, Jeffrey, the new technology is a university within your home space, as it were, so people must use that. Where am I going with all of this? I am saying that, you talk about the mainstream media earlier, but Jeffrey, it is a blessing that what is happening now within mainstream media is happening at a time when there is a proliferation of social media and so on, because you talk about even the young man there, or the person that you talk about, what's his name, the name you just called there, he has a famous name, Dudley Thompson.
Yes,
Dudley, right? And he is no longer at the station that you talk about, but he's able to create his own platform,
yes, he does,
and to disseminate information. I remember our good friend Colin Bell. Yes. Colin Bell used to work and sleep on a radio station over there in Port. I think it was Style and so on. And Colin, yes, and Colin was there pushing his thing and so on. And I know for a fact that Colin came under a lot of pressure, and they had removed Colin from the station, right? And
the same way me Conrad, when I was on Roots FM, and I blazed fire upon Labour Party, they call the station, They call the station. And when I came overseas, the new, and I can say it, and I don't care who wants vex with me tonight, the new person who's at Roots FM now, call me and want to talk to me about, my program. I started about my program. He asked me, so what I want to talk about the day. And I said, I want to talk about Jamaicans who live in the diaspora who needs help. You know what? You know what the man said to me? Sir, I must do. I must talk about Jamaicans who run off. And he ended up saying to me, I have traveled the world. You know what I did him? I went on the radio station, you see? Because I was so upset. On the radio station, I said, listen to me. Many of us Jamaicans don't have the ability or the privilege that some of you have to travel the world. I gave it to him in the most diplomatical way. I didn't disrespect him, but I gave it to him. You see, when I come off the radio station, I got a call. Jeffrey, today is the last day on the stage. I said it's Roots FM last, not mine.
There you go. You know, so I'm saying that I remember, and here it is. Colin is doing so much better now than when he was on the station. So basically, they lost a gem in Colin Bell. Colin has since built out his channel, Portland Spice TV, and really and truly doing extremely well.
And that is why, Mr. O'Brien, we can come on here and we can say that Jamaica having the parliament a common criminal who's making laws for the people of this country. Marissa Dalrymple Philibert is a common criminal. She was charged. And this. Well,
she was charged. She was convicted. She was found guilty.
And you have the level of corruption come out of the Labour Party. The Jamaica Labour Party is one of the most corrupt political administration in the history of this country since 1962.
There you go. You know, it's interesting, Jeffrey. You know, we expect our people to be a little more strident, you know, right now. Jeff, we have to leave. It's now 3 minutes after. And again, if I may use your platform, of course, Jeffrey is a place to be as well. But please, I'm asking you all. I'm recently building out my YouTube channel. It's Conrad Obi, the Fireman. I'm inviting you all to go there and give me a subscription. You can join me Monday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 12 midday and Sleek Radio 93 FM. We also stream live via www.sleekradio.com and of course on the Conrad Obi, the Fireman YouTube channel. God bless you, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
I don't know if you have the final question that you want to put to me. I answer before I go.
Well, what I'll say to you is to address your Jamaican people that they must get up now, man. Time for them to get up and stop sleeping.
Well, yes, let me use the opportunity to say to my Jamaican brothers and sisters that your power is not just vested in you every 5 years to go to the poll. You must assert yourself in the middle of everything, because whenever things goes bad elsewhere in the world, the people basically come out and force the administration of the day to go back to the poll to seek fresh mandate, or the people basically do away with them. We may say, listen, it's just 6 months ago our election was called, but since that 6 months, there are a lot of things that have happened that the people are not certainly satisfied with. We have seen, we witnessed the Cat 5 hurricane, Melissa, that had basically disseminated the country, and a number of us are not happy with how the government is going about building out for the people. I spoke to, and I'll call his name. I spoke to KD Knight recently, right? Former Minister of Government. And KD said to me that, boy, he believes that Mr. Seaga must be turning in his grave in seeing how clumsily Andrew Holness handle this recovery process and no care for the people. He said to me that at the time of Gilbert, he wasn't even an MP. He was a caretaker candidate for the PNP. And he said he was able to go to Jamaica House and get assistance for the people within his constituency, zinc and all sorts of things, him being an opposition candidate. So he was saying that, you know, I mean, you can't see how really tried his best at that time and so on. And, you know, a lot of persons are really crying about it's just a burden shame when they look 6 months after the hurricane and the people are in such perilous state. You know, so I'm saying to our Jamaican brothers and sisters, get up. You don't have to set the place afire. You can protest in a very strong way. You can line your street. Warm bodies can be out there and various corridors pushing back and say to the government that listen, we're not happy with this. We're basically long promulgated the idea to say that the government should have been rebuilding concrete house long ago. You can put a top, a bottom, a bathroom there and so on. Give people a halfway house and the people will be delighted to follow up. Continue to basically you know, get yourself involved in the process, right? Don't say that, listen, I saw it go. You have a voice. Encourage young people who are reaching the age of 18 to get registered on the voters list. Don't stay away from the poll, because when you stay away from the poll, whatever you get, you have to accept. A number of persons may be licking their wound at this time to say, listen, boy, watch out. We'll have an opportunity on the 3rd of September and I allow what will happen. The fact of the matter is that Jamaica is corrupt. The administration is the most corrupt that this country has ever seen, Jeffrey, and we must call a spade call a spade. So my friend and brother, on behalf of you know, my friend Jeffrey, Conrad O'Brien saying, so long, stay tuned to the channel. Make we talk. All right.
Thank you very much.
Keep on talking, Jeffrey.
Thank you very much. Conrad O'Brien there. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's Conrad O'Brien. I was getting a call. Can a person call back, please? Call back now, please. 954-529-8030. 954-529-8030. 954-529-8030. That's the numbers to call into the program. This is Make We Talk. Wherever you're listening, watching from around the world. We're taking your calls now. 954-529-8030. Can I get back this person here? Good night, Make We Talk, you're live.
Hi, good night, Jeffrey. How are you doing?
I'm not hanging in there, my friend.
Well, offering my sincere condolences to you. I know that feel I walked that road about a year ago, so I truly understand.
Sorry, did I call you straight a while ago?
Yeah, I think because I was trying to get to you, but I wasn't getting to you. Okay, no problem.
Money.
All right, okay.
All right, my friend. I broke, I don't have no money. I have to be very careful. I make phone calls and other things because I have a mother to bury. The number to call in is 954-529-8030. Good night, Make We Talk, you're live.
Yeah, good night, Jeffrey. So I had the opportunity last week to watch the budget presentation on both sides.
Yes.
Favor Williams, the Honorable Andrew Wilness, Mr. Mark Golden, and also
what is so honorable about the Prime Minister?
No, I'm just giving the title, just the title. Oh. So you know, to see where I'm going with the conversation.
Okay.
And I am so appalled just listening to his presentation and realizing how my Jamaican brothers and sisters in this time is walking around with blinders on or with earmuffins over their ears. Now, I'm saying that just to say, when I watch the Prime Minister go into Parliament and take the Honourable House as gimmicks, and the Jamaican people listen to all the garbage I wonder where we are going. Not only that, when that man addressed the point that Mark Golden was making about gas is dearer than water, which the facts is there to back that up. When he bring out the water, commission water, the other bottle of water from whichever company that was, to make his point, and you have the people on his side beating down the decks and applauding this man for the rubbish he was spewing out in Parliament and to the Jamaican people. You really and truly realize that the precipice that we're on is the point of no return, because when you have enablers keep on supporting the rubbish, this is the battle that we're in, Jeffrey. How do we come back from this? I was listening to my good friend Conrad earlier, and you also touched on the point of the so-called Minister of Transport with those school buses, and still come back now saying to the Jamaican people, this is what is needed to get the proper buses on the road. Not in the road, Jeffrey. But, I was there the other day and talking to a few younger people, and the first thing them say, say Jamaica, we have road, we have this. Only for 22-year-old, 23-year-old guys that them 20 we couldn't afford a drive car now. I'm like, the first thing when them mention about the road, I was like, what about the interior roads? And I specifically mentioned Andrew Owen's constituency because I had the opportunity to drive through the area that is his constituency. And therefore the road is atrocious.
No, man.
Because those are the interior roads.
Hold on. No. The Prime Minister constituency is the best of the constituency in the history of Jamaica, sir.
And I listen this man come out. Oh, we're going to end up fix up Jews land. We're going to do this, we're going to do that.
Sir. Andrew Holness is using a Michael Manley charisma upon the PNP, And people don't understand that, Dudley, my good friend Dudley Thompson is in the chat room. And I want Dudley to call me after you come off here.
Right.
And let Dudley talk. Dudley will tell you, he's going to confirm with me. Andrew Michael Holness is using the charisma of a Michael Manley on the people of this country and the People's National Party. If Andrew Holness call election tomorrow morning, he'll go back in. Mark my word.
But Jeffrey, for a man who started there is not yet certified.
That is nothing to the Jamaican people, sir. The Jamaican people have corruption, sir.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But guess what? With all the infighting that is going on their side, I'm going to listen and I'm going to watch if Cliff Hughes is going to speak on it. Because you see him run out disrespecting again Mark Golden. Just because. Remember just before the election when Andrew Owen's run go on a couple of here and there and whatever the cases, the urban center. When they end up run the cut ribbon for as well, and was saying that they made the urban center. The facts is there, they did not. It's still not ready. He said just apply again the rule over the people's eyes. But guess what? A lot of Jamaicans and the young ones, they refuse to be educated. A lot of them don't read. And there's no proper journalism that is going on anymore, where people delve deep into the issues and bring the truth out there to the public. People like you, Rattigan, Colin Bell, a few others that's out there. But guess what? They listen, but they don't, because guess what? I come with them end up attack. So it don't make no sense. So everything that is said on the other side, even though it's the truth, means absolutely nothing. Remember when the Prime Minister tell them he was gonna do it for minimum wage? What happened to that?
Then hold on, my brother. I was hoping that in his presentation, because Andrew Holness' budget presentation is one of the most, how should I say it?
Lopsided.
It lacks substance.
Yes.
It has nothing. It has no belly. It don't have no taste. It makes no sense. And if I was a member of parliament, I get up and walk out.
But that's what I'm saying. It went in the parliament, gimmicks, water, take out hat, and all these things. And the people on his, but them have a choice. It's like we're here. You have to applaud the man that is at the helm go against him.
No. No, son, it's not Andrew Holness put me there. It's the people of the constituency put me there. So if I'm chatting nonsense and I don't want to clap, I don't have to clap. Who the hell is Andrew Holness?
Well, he's a leader.
Leader for where?
For them. Over the time, Lester Morgan come out and talk crap.
Hello. Did you know that is Rattigan and Jeffrey Tavares shut up Lester Morgan? Did you know there's Rattigan and Jeffrey Tavares shut up Marlon Morgan too?
Yeah, I listen to you guys, so I'm aware. I see Isaac Buchanan end up taking the task the other day as well.
There you go. I remember the late Ambassador Curtis Ward. When that little fly-by-night boy named Nestor Morgan, who call himself minister. You can't talk about Ambassador Ward is not a real ambassador. I want to take him to task, you see? He came on Roots FM. And didn't want to talk to me. So I said, okay, Owen, you deal with it. And when Owen take him to task, he said, make I explain it to you. I go up on his social media platform. I said, how dare you? I said, you would never live long enough to walk in Ambassador Ward's shoes. And I come on my platform and I deal with him, man. I say, you look a fly by night, pitch by day minister.
And also another thing before I go quickly, Jeffrey. The Prime Minister was so disrespectful to the Right Honourable Michael Manley. In a part of his presentation when he was going back talking about the Soviet Union and Cuba and all this stuff. I'm like,
that makes listen to me. That presentation of the Prime Minister make absolutely no sense. That man was degrading of the Parliament. He is, I don't know what to say. The Prime Minister ought to apologize to the people of this country through the Parliament and to the Manley's family.
I agree.
Damn out of order.
Because when you went there, I'm like, okay, I agree with some of the stuff that Michael Manley did, but I don't agree with Michael Manley policy. You never ever live to walk a day in Michael Manley shoes.
At least Michael Manley things were certified.
Thank you very much.
You know, here's a Michael Manley, the Bill apartment complex. Jeffrey, stop it tonight.
Well, you know, and you don't hear him have sons acquire how much he call land. You know what I'm saying? You know, we cannot be proven how you come by that money. But I'm going to hang up and listen to your next caller.
All right, my friend. Thanks much.
All right, thank you.
The number to call is 954-529-8030. I think we're gonna have Head Boy coming on next. Let me see if I can get a hold of him. As Head Boy gonna come on next, then we're gonna have Dudley Thompson coming on. Oh, who this? We're gonna have Dudley Thompson coming on next. We're gonna see if we can get a hold of Dudley or Head Boy. The level of corruption in this country is appalling, you know. And if we don't stand up in this country and talk about it, who is going to beat? Daryl Vaz. If it was some other modern democracy, Daryl don't sit as member of parliament or as minister of government. They don't. 954-529-8030. It is now 9:21, 8:21 in the land of wood and water. Maryland, Washington, D.C., good evening to you. Wilfred Radigan and the Radigan family, good evening. Tigo, John, O.T., Lord O.T., long time I'm going to talk to you. Good evening. I want to say good evening to my family over there in Negril, Jamaica. Families in Kingston. I want to say good evening to Mr. Radigan, good friend who love to drink cognac, you know. Gigi, how you doing, darling? You're late, but you're here. I'm late, but I'm on my journey. 954-529-8030. Ratty, good evening to you, my friend. Gonna call you off here. Wanna talk to you. One of your friends call you yet. Get a hold of my good friend, head boy here. What's going on in the corrupt administration of Andrew Holness? Head boy, I think you can't talk now. I say I can get a hold of Dudley Thompson. But Dudley is a person who knows about the Jamaican political arena. Gigi, it is cold over there.
Yeah, Jeffrey?
Yes, turn off your TV in the background, man. You're live on here.
Yeah, I'm out of order.
Dudley, turn off the thing, no, man.
It's that Michael, man. You did that. I will agree with Michael.
Dudley.
Yeah, Jeffrey?
Yes, you turn it off?
Yeah, man. Turn down the volume. Yeah, turn down the volume, yeah.
Dudley, you have been in journalism for many years in our country, Jamaica.
Yes.
I know sometimes you and I may come at odds with certain things and we don't agree all the while with certain things. But I can talk to you. Did you listen to the Prime Minister's budget presentation?
In parts. In parts. No, not in parts. Not entirely in parts. It's more like theater. It's more like a theater thing to me.
The Prime Minister went to the Parliament and started to speak about Michael Manley and back in the Cold War.
Yes.
That make any sense to the people of this country?
No. People want to hear about how quick they can get back to normality after the Melissa.
Yes.
The cost of living, the food prices, and according to Mark Golan in Jamaica right now, bottled water is more expensive than gasoline.
And I think it is true in a dollar.
It's true because it's true. Those are the real issues the people are facing in Jamaica right now, not the gimmicks that we saw in God knows couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already say something about Michael Manley, about Andrew Holness is sort of using the Michael Manley charisma.
Yes. Do you think so?
Yes, because a matter of fact, Andrew has admitted that he's a big fan of Michael Manley.
Mm-hmm.
When we look at Andrew Holness poise and stands in Parliament, he's actually emulating Michael Manley in Parliament.
Mm.
So he's using Michael Manley's tragedy against the PNP for the last 15 years.
Yes.
And the PNP won't realize that.
The one Gigi, who is one of the moderator in the program here, saying your phone is too close to your mouth.
Oh, all right. Yes.
Yes. So Dudley, do you believe that Andrew Holness went to the Parliament and started talking about the Cold War with the Russians and the Cubans and everything? The Jamaican people want to hear about how he's gonna curb the corruption in the country, sir. You don't think so?
Right. It is more relevant to the Jamaicans right now. The Cold War in Russia and Cuba is not the forefront of Jamaican minds at this point in time. They want to know how their own survival.
But that Cold War with the Russian and whatever gone from Wapiki Philip.
Yeah, man. That gone how much years now. So Jamaicans are not really in tune to that. They want to hear about how they can solve the immediate problems. Let's say to you earlier, how they can get back to some normality after Hurricane Melissa and those stuff.
Dudley.
But the Cold War is not really the forefront now on the minds of Jamaicans.
Dudley. you and I have been through our country in the 1990s. How would you describe the 1990s level of corruption to now? How would you compare it?
But I tell you, Jamaica has been corrupted for the past 50 years.
Yes.
But since the advent of social media, is now coming out to the forefront.
Yes.
I can remember corruption on both sides over the years. But back in the 80s, early 90s, they have a strong social media presence like what we have right now. Because I heard MOB earlier in the program said about why the media won't carry certain news. It's about balancing the story and their books.
Yes.
That's all it comes down to.
But Dudley,
who can spend the most money for advertising?
Yes.
Between PNP, so we balance the books and the story. That's all it come down to. With these mainstream media right now, but social media now, they not being paid by these probably apart from the bloggers then, some bloggers, but you have more balance and more information coming out on social media than in mainstream media because we're not controlled by their accounts.
But Dudley, sorry to be doing nothing on air, people. I do apologize to be on air like that. Dudley, how would you put? Is it that the Jamaican people nowadays has get to the normalization of yes, Jamaica is a corrupt nation and not come out of it, so they don't care?
That is the sad reality now. Many wrongs of the world, be normalized as something like the norm.
Yes.
And in Jamaica right now, the Jamaicans are kind of blinded by they call party loyalty. Don't care how many wrongs Andrew do. A labor right, this boy is not doing anything wrong. Any wrongs Margot didn't do, the same companies why not doing anything wrong. Because we are so die-hearted thing is the main thing that killing Jamaica right now. People try to die-hearted PNP and JLP. We don't think as Jamaicans, we think as PNP and JLP.
Isn't that a shame, Mr. Thompson, to see that our Jamaican people don't put Jamaica first, they put the political party first?
It's a big shame. And that's why I find say look at all the person who vote in Jamaica now. It's the minority. Most of Jamaicans though are uncommitted. At least about 60% are uncommitted.
Dudley, were you listening to the program from the beginning?
No, I was listening to the Rose Hamilton and Danny Williams saga.
I want to talk to you about it. Have you ever seen where in the years of covering Jamaican politics, Dudley? Have you ever seen such level of corruption in the Jamaica Labour Party?
I've never seen such corruption so blatant in Jamaican history. We heard about them and get glimpses and mainstream media, but it's a mix. But now we are hearing details. They're calling names, giving figures, who to get money, who doesn't get money, and who can thief money. Blatant.
What do you think, Dudley, as you used to travel the length and breadth of Kingston and St. Andrew and sometime in the entire Jamaica? Do you get the sense, Dudley, although you're no longer there, do you get the sense that the Jamaican people has just said to themselves, may I die hearted this and I'm a party in a power, so, and nobody now go to prison?
Well, it comes down to that. That's why the majority of Jamaicans are turned off from the process. The last election, Andrew won, and 35% turnout?
That's a shame.
From the last 5 elections in Jamaica, I think the turnout is below 40%.
That's a shame, though, Mr. Thompson.
Because majority of Jamaicans are turned off by both parties, and again too, and no third party is going forward now with an impact.
Well, there's a third party coming up, Yeah, man, a third party headed by Wilfred Rattigan.
Wow.
Yes. We're coming up with a third party. And if 5 person win 5 seats, we can tip the government. And the party, we can tip it.
And the way how Jamaicans think now, it's like if you can run some money upon the car, they can get the vote.
Jesus, you know, a good friend of mine, he died now, who helped me to get into politics. The late Russell Hammonds told me in the early 2000s, he said to me, Jeffrey, don't enter politics. It's one of the most corrupt things known.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
It is not like the days when I was running and you were up and down with me. It's a total different thing now. Don't enter.
Yeah, it's a different thing now. It's about the money.
Yeah.
I heard MP come on here and say, why them dieted fans now want money, they want rent a car, they want this, they want bike, they want. It's about that now.
So that's a
I remember.
That's a sure the Jamaican people don't think about themselves at all.
No, it's about what you can do for me right now. Remember years ago when Democrats came up with this idea about long term for insurance St. Andrew?
Yes, yes.
And it was rejected by the people because they want what can you do for me now? So it's about no. You give me a t-shirt without $5,000 in vote for you.
My God.
It's about a belly full right now. Then about a long-term goal they can put in place a program and reap success in the 10 and 15 years. No, they want it now. They want the handout now.
Dudley.
That's the problem.
Dudley. I'll ask you one final question and then I ask you to wrap up because we got to run. Dudley, let me ask you this question though. Jamaica is 60-something years old this year.
Yes.
And would you say the 2 political parties fail our people come on to running water in their pipes?
Miserably. Miserably. I can tell you that the 1960s, when she was the Prime Minister, the grandson of, I think a guy named, I think it was the grandson of Marcus Garvey, and a guy named Matthew was in the class with a class, and they proposed to have Dudley Fall for a water project, and they said no, that is for tourism. Dudley Fall could produce some hydroelectric power in Jamaica. That was 60s a proposal. It was rejected for tourism.
So hold on here, Dudley. Under the late Hugh Lawson share of the Jamaica Labour Party, rejected the idea of Dudley Fall being used to power Jamaica.
To provide, yes, and do hydroelectric stuff. Back in the 60s, it was proposed in the 60s. And they said no, that would be a tourist attraction.
My God, students, you see why I love to talk to my good friend Dudley Thompson? Because Dudley have a wealth of knowledge, you know. When I was at Roots FM with him, you know, he used to have a cabinet full of all kind of... I used to laugh at him, you know. Because Dudley had a cabinet, you know, full of all kind of history, you know. From the 1960s, 70s, 80s, come up in politics, you know. Dudley had all those things put down. When we have our first election coverage that Dudley and Jeffrey Tavares and Owen Brown did was on Roots FM. It wasn't planned. It was a thing that we just decided to do it. And it was successful. We didn't have no sponsor or nothing. The 3 of us did it. Along with Michelle Asmeet? Michelle Anthony. And we did it. And Dudley had a wealth of knowledge of say, okay, that party will win and that won't win. But one thing that my good friend didn't get right. When I told him that Rhoda Crawford was going to win, he said, no, man, Bounty not win. I said, no, Dudley, Rhoda not win him.
To be honest, when Bunty lose, that shocked me. That shocked me.
I know it did, my friend.
But I know that PAP could win the elections. And I know that. But the Bunting defeat was a shock to me.
Yes. You know.
What was a good election though?
Huh?
It's a good election coverage.
Oh yes, it was. I must search for it and play it on air. Could you find it, Dudley?
I find it sometimes aspect of it sometimes.
I must search for it again. Because we did a remarkable job on it. Anyway, Dudley, I gotta go. Now start coming in, my friend. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, man.
Alright, thanks much. Hello, good night. Make we talk here live.
I find it sometimes aspect of it sometimes.
I must search for it again. Because we did a remarkable job on it. Whenever you call the program, please turn off your TV in the background. Good night, make we talk here live. Please turn off your TV in the background.
Oh, sorry, Olaji. This meaning on one and get confused with the other. Good night, Mr. Jeffrey.
I don't know why.
Mr. Jeffrey, come on. Yeah, big up, big me up, but it's alright. Yeah, Mr. Jeffrey.
I don't get confused with Washington, D.C.
I don't know what you have there, sir, Mr. Jeffrey. It's what you have in Washington, D.C.
What you
I don't know. Did you mention it?
No, but I mean, yes, that's it. I don't know why I don't get confused with Washington, D.C.
I don't have anything there.
Oh, I thought you did.
Listening to Mr. Dudley.
Oh, Lord.
And I mean, look here, a tree something right before me right now. I'm multitask.
Oh, Lord, you love
the tablet, the phone, and the TV over there, so. Yeah, let me tell you, Jamaica's Ratigan so full of content, I'm going to tell you, man.
Are you full of it?
Oh, huh?
Yes, man, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Jeffrey. Now, when I sit down and listen to the scandals coming out one by one, I always say it, the parliament need a tsunami in the earth. Then desecrate the parliament. The things that is going on. And the people then just sit easy like Sunday morning and this a go on with this something and a go on. Dress up like them decent.
But you know,
and them not decent.
You know something.
And honorable.
You know something, Carla? And people not vex me because I don't say it, no, I'm gonna say this.
Talk your talk, sir.
You know, sir, don't blame Andrew. Suck them dry like ticks, Andrew. And there was a bunch of set of damn idiots. Milk them dry like ticks.
Is this Jamaica going to, Mr. Jeffrey? And this Jamaica going to? The people them prefer party over themselves and them own wellness of life and them own prosperity. Look how much are going. When me hear this or something with the woman named Rosie or Rosalie, whatever. We can't come to, but then again, Mr. Jeffrey. Mr. Jeffrey, yes, this is what we know because them in conflict now. What if they were not in conflict? Oh, will more of this going, what we don't know about, and it's in secrecy, them are hiding it, and it proves every day more and more. JLP did not win the election. As to Mr. Dudley mentioned Rhoda seat. No, and to make sure certain people were given back their seat. And that's it, what he has done.
Hold on. No. When Rhoda first was running for Member of Parliament, when we were covering it, I told Dudley that Rhoda was going to lick out bunting left, right, and center, and she did. It's not the second election I'm talking about. The first one she was going to run in.
Oh, the first one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the second one was not. She never win this one.
Here.
All right. Me I say it and me own this one saying it. All right. Let's move forward. Come on, man. Come on. You don't know the intricate Andrew and what have you. Hey, come on, Jeffrey.
I mean, come on.
Come on. You know better than that.
So,
come on, Jeffrey, you know better than that. The book open long time.
No, man, answer the question. What are you doing there?
No, I'm not down there, but with all the corruption and the this and the that is going on, Andrew always make sure who he wants to be in there, he's there. Look on their side right now. Some of those offices can be merged. Are they not necessary? If he needs Jamaican people well, the money, Jamaica taxpayers' money just going left, right, and center. And some of it just being wasted. What's what people are doing over there?
Let me ask you a question, caller. Does the Jamaican people mean themselves any good, ma'am?
I just said it before, that they prep a party over them all wellness of life. That is the truth. And it is showing every day. Now look what is going on with corruption. Every day, every month, it just keeps coming out, and more is there to come out. Because see, I saw on the internet with the Jamaica Constabulary Force, somebody there charged in office being charged some accounting. No, who is going to come out? Definitely, Mr. Jeffrey. And if this is the road that Jamaican people want, see there, this is what some of them vote for. Just sorry for those who did not do it. But the good of us suffer for the bad right now. It has to change. And we're not going to stop corrupt. We don't care what they want to say. Corruption is corruption. And it goes on and on and on. And you always must be held accountable. He is the leader. He is the prime minister. And all of this is happening in the youngest prime minister of Jamaica under his leadership. Huh? That means incompetent and can't run the country. It's sure. And lastly, make I give somebody a chance. So what you say, Mr. Jerry, make a finish up.
Go ahead.
Now, when it come on to Tufton, I don't care what going on in them party. But one thing I want the PNP to do, lick out against Tufton. If they put on to step down or whatever the situation might be, we don't know, and Tufton, because what is going on, I understand, he wants to be elected. No, that can't work. I'm more of the same. Too dirty something that, and I put like the clean wine in the dirty bottle. With what he has done, they are all on the same cloth. So why he must be chosen if Andrew step down to lead? PNP do not allow it. Don't make the same mistake like one of them make with Parliament with Juliet Wilson.
Hello, let me make something clear to you. The People's National Party cannot dictate to the Labour Party who must lead the Labour Party and become Prime Minister.
That's correct now. Beat it down still, let them choose somebody else.
But what I'm trying to say to you, ma'am, it is not, they can't do nothing about it. And if the chat don't chat in vain, it makes no sense to talk about it, they can't do nothing about it.
Then let me ask you something then now, Mr. Tavares. Then it makes sense to try to beat down the corruption and push it back?
No, but what I'm saying to you, the Labour Party constitution is different from the People's National Party constitution. So if Andrew Holness decide to step down and give it to Christopher Tufton, there's nothing the PNP can do about it.
I understand what you're saying, but I still believe they can talk against him being elected because I'm more the same dirty. I understand, Mr. Jeffrey.
Let me ask you a question. Why would you talk in vain and say nothing can be done?
Let me tell you something. We have to put on our foot when we foot for put on the ground good. We have to put our feet down when we know it must be put down. You see me? I understand what they're saying, but at the same time, beat back corruption. Beat back in choosing. They are the same. But make them choose somebody who is more less of the same.
Them who?
You don't know them to go search. Them to go search because one of them over there choose to be corrupt.
Who figure search?
Them see one of them are gonna put somebody else. The JLP me talking.
Let me ask that question.
Let them look on in them whole community there.
Are you in your house?
Parliament. What you say, Mr. Jeffrey?
Are you the leader of your house?
Sure I am.
Okay. So whenever you say anything, none of that goes.
Notwithstanding that,
whenever you
Mr.
say anything,
Jeffrey.
hold on, ma'am. Whenever you say anything in your house, isn't that rule and regulation for you in your house, ma'am?
Sure it is.
Okay.
But,
and there's no hold on. Andrew Holness is the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party. And if Andrew Holness sees fit to put Christopher Tufton, just like how Bruce Golding had selected Andrew Holness to become the leader of the party and end up becoming Prime Minister. There is nothing anybody can do if Andrew wants to do that. So it makes no sense to speak about it.
The same is, in our term, there's no exception to the rule. Yes, it might be so, but there is sometimes an exception to the rule, and I hold it that. Right like that. There is an exception to some rule, Mr. Jeffrey, because if we try to beat the corruption, they know who Tufton is and what he has done. If they are going to select, my God, man, select somebody whose name is not in the public like that. Mr. Jeffrey, me go hold on ponder one day, but now let it go. There are sometimes exception to the rule. Because we have beat the corruption, it not to be selected. Period. Good night, Mr. Jeffrey.
Because it make no sense to speak to her. If Andrew Holness is the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party and he sees fit to put in Dr. Tufton, what the hell the PNP talking about? Why should I speak about it? This country is covered from top to bottom. The PNP have their fear of corruption too. This country is corrupt from bottom. Dudley, how Rosalie said again, from top to bottom. This country is corrupt. So it don't make no sense in nobody go talk. The people of the country are the one who the buck stop with them. If the Prime Minister want to step down tomorrow morning and he sees fit to give it to Dr. Tufton, there's nothing that you, myself, or the PNP can do about it. Nothing. And we must understand the dynamics. We must understand the politics of this country. Anyway, it is now 9:50, 10 minutes to 10 o'clock. 10 minutes to 9 o'clock in Jamaica. We're going to say so long from tonight. We're going to say thank you all for coming on. And remember, there is a new thing coming to the MequiTalk program. If you go to Google and type in mequitalknow.com, you come straight to the MequiTalk YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. We're going to have a new thing coming out for the MequiTalk program. And we pray and hope to God everything work out the way how we want it to work. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And may God bless you. Thank you all for the condolences of the passing of my mother. Thank you all very much. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is. I've been going through a series of personal problems and other things, but I know God will see me through. Hurts like hell. You see me come on here, nobody knows what is going on in my heart. I put out a smile, but deep down I'm hurting like anything. But that's life. That is life. GG. Walk good, my darling. Thanks much. Dudley and all those in the chat room, walk good. Thank you all for coming on. May God bless you. May God bless our island home. Jamaica land we love. Good night, everybody. It was nice being here with you all on the MequiTalk Current Affair program tonight. Have a great night, everyone.
As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others, not just ourselves. We learned about the heroes of Jamaica's past and how much of themselves and their lives they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country, more than just an island, more than land surrounded by water. They believed in a dream of a free nation of people, a nation built on the foundation of their sacrifices, a nation of many people working as one, a nation that would continue to produce legends and nation builders that serve towards that vision. As children, we were also taught the national pledge, a solemn promise, an undertaking. I would like to believe Sir Hugh Sherlock, while writing this pledge, understood the vision and dreams of our heroes. It's clear being a hero is too much to ever ask any one citizen. Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words. These words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. If you are like me, a Jamaican born and raised on this land, maybe you will remember saying those words, singing that song in a classroom or some general assembly. If so, like me, you made a pledge. Somehow it seems like many of us have forgotten that. The crime and violence, the indiscipline and short-sightedness, the corruption, the lack of respect for our beautiful lands we are blessed with, and the waters that surround and nurtures us. We have to do better. Let us honor our heroes so that they would not have sacrificed so much in vain. I hope this video can make a difference to even one soul. If so, it would all be worth it. If you feel the way I do, share it. May my voice become yours. Thanks for watching.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.